The state's 15-week abortion ban is being challenged, and today the Florida Supreme Court heard arguments to decide if it should stand or be tossed. As Western News political reporter Greg Fox explains, justices will make a decision that could affect millions of women's reproductive rights for years to come.
That the harms plaintiffs' patients are facing are indeed irreparable.
That's not what we're talking about. That's off the wall.
The question of abortion rights in Florida had an attorney for Planned Parenthood and others sparring with the state, with plaintiffs fighting to overturn the state's ban on terminating pregnancies after 15 weeks. There are no exceptions other than a threat to the mother's life or an inviable fetus. In the year it's been in effect, abortion rights supporters say women have been forced to carry pregnancies to term, avoided doctors in favor of risky in-home terminations, and in some cases been forced to bear the children of their sexual assailants.
These injustices have been ongoing for a year, and if this court doesn't step in now, there's an even more dangerous 6-week ban waiting in the wings.
Planned Parenthood specifically argues that a 1980 amendment enshrined abortion protections in the state constitution under the Privacy Clause. But Republican Governor Ron DeSantis and lawmakers say abortion has never been expressly protected by privacy rights, and the only protection that matters in this argument is the unborn.
The state has a compelling interest at all stages of pregnancy in preserving life.
Florida Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried tells me even if the sharply conservative state Supreme Court upholds the 15-week ban, abortion rights groups now have enough petitions for a legal review of a new amendment for next year's ballot that would protect a woman's right to choose.
But it comes down to this. What are we going to do as a state? Are we going to protect a woman's right to choose, or are we going to put their lives in danger?
But the head of Orange County's Republican Party tells me the ban should stand in a state where voters have made the party a supermajority power in the Capitol.
So sending them back to Tallahassee to do the people's work, it shows that the people of Florida are pro-life, and the laws of Florida reflect that.
Justices could rule at any time. If the 15-week abortion ban is upheld, the even newer 6-week abortion ban signed into law this year will take effect in 30 days and will, after legal challenges, likely end up back at the Supreme Court. Relatively silent today on the bench was Justice Charles Kennedy, who is married to the lawmaker who co-sponsored the 6-week abortion ban bill.